say
Top Billin.
All right, Top Billin, your boy Mid-Atlantic Murph back again. Now listen, I'm still on a little bit of a staycation here, so I know I'm late on this one right here. I told you guys before, I'm trying to ramp it down, take it easy, just to ramp it back up in time for training camp, because you know your boy about to bring that heat this season, and you know you got to tip your waiter because your boy be serving that hibachi, right? So listen. Now, this is something that I saw when I did the Kobe Bryant piece about a month ago, I believe. And that joint, you had a lot of people talking about number 5 overall pick Devon Witherspoon playing in Kobe Bryant's stead in the slot. To which I replied, what? We'll put a number 5 selection in the slot, which is a sub-package role where normally you're going against the team's third best wide receiver. The hell type of sense does that make? That doesn't make a bit of sense to me, no doubt about that. But listen, there's the reason why I haven't done anything on Devon Witherspoon yet, and I pretty much did something on most of Seattle's draft picks there. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Your man Pete Carroll, one of the greatest defensive minds in the history of the sport, one of the best defensive back coaches in the history of the sport, just a defensive back specialist. He goes out of his way to pick a cornerback, right, completely against the grain of what he showed us that he can do, right? Him as a coach taking late round draft picks and making them in the Hall of Famers. He goes and take a guy at number 5 who doesn't look remotely like any of the cornerbacks he's taken prior. And I still have questions about, like, beyond maybe what a lot of people are talking about, right? I got to know this cat's speed, no doubt about that. I've seen him play quite a bit, just being a Big Ten fan and watching him play against my Penn State and Nittany Lions. The guy's a very talented player, no doubt about that. But if you look at this right here, right? You're talking about a plot twist or whatever like that. We've had plenty of people, like I said before, we're talking about playing him at slot corner, which lets me know that they probably were seeing people talk about this before, because that's usually how it goes there. My thing on that is, if you look at this right here, it said Tariq Woolen was out, right? The guy who should have been Rookie of the Year last year. And that's coming from a guy who has mad love for the New York Jets and Sauce Gardner, right? The guy who did win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I thought it should have been Tariq Woolen, who falls in line with being a potential Hall of Famer with as good as he played as a rookie. But just seeing that and how he was a 5th-round draft pick or whatever like that, that's what Pete Carroll is known for. He did it just last year, but then you go and get a guy in the top 5 who doesn't necessarily fit the mold, and then you come out of it. They said that Pete Carroll was going out of his way to declare Michael Jackson the best Seahawks player of OTAs in minicamp this spring, which is your normal starting outside corner who's a young guy in his own right. So imagine that right there. So in a plot twist, they did indeed line that man Witherspoon up on the inside and let him take reps there, right? When normally he was the starting left cornerback, right? But then you had Kobe Bryant injured as well, so they were mixing and matching and stuff like that. I just wanted to get you guys' opinion on that right there. If Michael Jackson steps it up, what does that do? You still can't play your number 5 selection at a sub-package spot. That doesn't make any sense. All right, speaking of Witherspoon and Jackson, you get to see them operate together right here. You can clearly see your man in the slot right here, Witherspoon, going against mine Jigba. Jackson Smith and Jigba right here in the slot. So you're going to get a switch release. You're going to get a wheel route here by Jackson Smith and Jigba. This is man coverage. You have Michael Jackson here. He's pressed up against D. Eskridge. Eskridge running an in-breaking route, right? Pretty much running interference here, right? He wants to distract there. Something's lost in transition right here with Witherspoon. He does get over top of it. However, then it becomes mostly a foot race, and Jackson Smith and Jigba isn't known for his speed at all. So you have to wonder about something like that. Now, this isn't football. This is probably not where he's going to shine, right? This is only a form of football. But Jakob, look at your boy Gino. Eat at Gino's. You're eating at Gino's at minicamp now. Think about that, right? people talking about Geno Smith can't get better. What about him getting the majority of the number one reps, right? Knowing he's the guy and that type of confidence. But I digress on that. But you can see right here with the interference being ran, Witherspoon is not like he's crossed up or anything, right? He gets to float in space and get over top of it. So he recognizes the route here. Maybe he could have cut a better angle. Maybe he thought he had the speed to make it up. But shit, if it's even, they're leaving. Look at this. Right? That's just a pure foot race right there with some guy who we won't know to be a super burner. We're going to know Jackson Smith-Njigba just from dicing people the hell up. He's going to be an absolute superstar. But you can see right here, he gets on top of Witherspoon. Witherspoon can't make up any ground on him. I don't think he'll shine in the slot like that, right? Not to say he won't. He's a talented player, so he'll do his thing. But I think you get the best out of him where he can be physical. Not in shirts. I mean, not in a jersey and pads and all this, right? Not in your actual NFL setting where you're going to be playing out there on the field how it's meant to be. That's what it's made for. He's probably not going to shine. No tackling, right? That's going to be his deal right there. Guy's a physical tackler. He probably wants to beat people up at the line of scrimmage. Although he is very good in zone coverage, I don't know. But beyond that, right? Beyond all of that, where people are going to say this and that, you're not getting your best wide receiver in the slot. Even with the Seattle Seahawks, as great as Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to be, maybe he doesn't have been the number one receiver. You still have DK Metcalf on the outside who you would want to be erased if you have a corner who is that guy. If you have a corner who is that guy, you want him on DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf's the guy who could give you 300 yards, right? He's a guy who can strike from anywhere. He's that type of game-breaking ability. Same deal with Tyler Lockett, right? So you would take your guy, put him in a sub package to where, hell, if they come out in large or jumbo personnel, the slot receiver won't even be on the field. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Take it from me. If you're playing against my Philadelphia Eagles, do you want to guard A.J. Brown, perhaps the best wide receiver in all of football, or maybe Devontae Smith, a potential all-pro candidate, two outside wide receivers, or someone like Quez Watkins? Most of you dudes never even heard of Quez Watkins. He ain't nobody really to hear of, right? He was the dude dropping the touchdown pass in the Super Bowl, right? He's not at the level of an A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith. You would use Devon Witherspoon to go against him? Well, hell, thank you, right? Thank you, and I'm pretty sure every coach across the nation would say the same deal as well, as most of your best receivers are going to be on the outside. So I need to know from you guys what you think about your guy potentially being an inside corner. Even if it's just on money downs, to me, that doesn't make sense because that's when a lot of shit happens, right? Think about that. You on money downs, on third down, you would move him to the inside off of a A.J. Brown or off of a Devontae Smith? Suppose he's shutting those guys down on the first two plays and then they get loose on third down when they really need to have it. I don't know. You guys got to let me know about that, though. But your boy Jackson Smith-Njigba is about to kill it. But, hey, maybe this is rich people problems like I said before. Kobe Bryant, I think, is going to have a big year in the slot. Of course, Tariq Woolen is the truth. And then ranting and raving about Michael Jackson, albeit in a practice setting, right, a super uber practice setting with no tackling and all of that. Maybe it's just rich people problems because the safety position should be very good, right, with Julian Love and those guys back there. Of course, Quandre Diggs, to me, top 5 safety in the game at free safety. And then you get your boy, the president, Jamal Adams, back. So rich people problems, I don't know. Should they have gone in a different direction with that number 5 overall pick? You know my deal right there. I thought they should have targeted the line of scrimmage. But, hey, it ain't my team. Pete Carroll knows more about football than all of us combined will ever know. He's forgotten more about football probably than most of you guys will know. So think about it that way. So it's his team. They felt like Devon Witherspoon was that guy. They want to go outside of themselves and rewrite history and take a cat like that. Hey, maybe they will hit upon another star 2 years in a row at the cornerback position. All right. But let me know, though. It's your boy, Mid-Atlantic Murph. Make sure you hit that thanks button because you know your boy be serving that hibachi. Strike the band.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.